I don't care if you are the meanest, most cynical, most negative, most aggressive, most criminal, most sociopathic, narcissistic person in the world. I don't care if you are a player, if you use people right, left, center for your own ends. Whoever you are, you need deep, true, meaningful human connection. Everybody needs this. Everybody needs true, deep, loving connection. And when you don't have that true, deep, meaningful, loving connection, that expresses in all kinds of behaviors, harmful to yourself, harmful to others. So I'm just going to have a little look at how we all need true, deep, meaningful, loving connection, and how that can look like a whole load of coping mechanisms as children, as we try to figure out how to get that, as we learn how to get that, and then how those very same behaviors turn into self-betrayal as adults. So when we're children, we very quickly learn that we are valued for different things. We get praised for different things. We get included and affirmed and validated and loved based on different things. We quickly learn that certain behaviors and certain ways of being reap rewards, and other ways of being get punished swiftly, often with the removal of that very basic thing that we need, which is connection. People will disconnect from us and punish us by removing their love, attention, approval, acceptance when we do not behave in the ways that they want. So one really interesting thing to do is get a sheet of paper and just start writing down different ways that you received love, value, connection when you were a child. What was it about you that was valued? So you can start with your parents or your primary caregivers. What was it that they most valued about you? What gave you value? What gave you acceptance about you? What did they celebrate about you? And then think about other people throughout your childhood, your teachers, other authority figures. What did they value about you? Amongst your siblings, how were you labeled amongst your siblings? What was your identity there? Amongst my siblings, I was the selfish one. I was the selfish, willful, free-spirited one, independent. What were you amongst your siblings? Amongst your peers, classmates, other children? What brought acceptance? What brought value? Just have a think about all those things, write them all down, and then the list that you compile, and don't think too hard about it. You're going to come up with a list. And some of these things that come to you, just jot them down even if they make no sense to you at all. When I did this exercise, when I asked myself, what was it that my parents valued about me, like the first thing that popped into my head was unruly hair, which is, it just doesn't relate to any sort of real experience that I can remember. They never once commented on my unruly hair, but I always had insane amounts of hair So much so that anytime I went to a hairdresser, I got these comments about, oh, I should charge you double because you've got so much hair. Every time, didn't matter where we went. And it was never perfectly straight. It was always like really crazy. And there was so much of it. So hairdressers used to constantly complain about how much work it was for them to give me a haircut or do anything with my hair. And somehow that must have stuck somewhere in me, because when I was doing this little exercise and I said, what did my parents value about me? What did my siblings value about me? What was about me? This thing came up. My hair. That's a part of my core identity now, or it has been, until I release it, which is what we're going to do through this little exercise. We're going to start releasing these things. And so don't worry about whether these things make sense to you in the moment. The first thing to do is just do a big brain dump to see what's there. We're trying to do a little bit of excavation to get out everything that's in there. Get out all the stuff that you've been valued for, praised for. I suppose when I was really little, I was told a lot how cute I was. That didn't actually come up when I was doing my exercise, but afterwards, I realized that was a thing that I got a lot. And when I look at how it affects me in my present, it makes sense that I heard that a lot. That programming is in there, that a part of me believes that that's a part of my identity, that gives me value, that is something that I can offer. That's one thing I offer to the world. So if I'm not being really cute, somehow that's going against my core identity. That's crazy. It's really hard to let go of that and release it. It's so ingrained. But yeah, I had all this kind of stuff, like the defiance, the impulsiveness, the quirkiness, all this stuff arose for me. What's coming up for you? Because this list is going to be really, really useful in terms of showing you different ways that you've been programmed to be in order to try to get connection. As children, we desperately need connection. As humans, we do, but children feel it on such a core, immediate level. And when messages are coming through that certain ways of being or not being this, that, or the other means that they won't get connection, that's incredibly powerful and can be very, very harmful if you continue to carry that. And so we'll look at this list. Those are the ways that now you believe you have to be in order to get connection. And also that's what you associate with your identity, with your value, with your worth. Let's scrub that all clean, because I'm here to tell you right now that you don't have to be any of those things to have value, to have worth, to have connection. First of all, we're not children anymore. I'm guessing. We're grown-ups. We have a different kind of power. We can create connection. We give connection. We regenerate that from inside. We're not dependent on someone else to keep us alive and take care of our basic needs. We do that for ourselves, and we do that for others as well. So scrub out that list. Understand that you don't have to have any of those things or be any of those things. That is not the value you have to offer the world or to anybody. So what is the value that you have? What do you have to offer? I'm going to stop this video right now because I can see it's over 9 minutes. And the last time I tried to post one of these vids on Instagram and it was like 14 minutes long, it wouldn't do it. And then I Googled it and found out that you can post up to 10 minutes maximum on an Instagram post. I'm going to stop this. That's just a little thing for you to think about. The next video, I'm going to go into what your true value is that you have to offer and how you get this essential loving connection that you so deeply crave, that everyone craves.